Okay, fine. Now come to the assessment. You have quiz 1 and you have practical test. When you want this quiz 1? In which date you want? Because quiz 1 is for chapter 1 and 2. When you want this quiz 1? Do already we discussed this one? No, right? Do you want on 20 or 18? Which date you want? Here it is up to you. Just choose whether you want on 20 or you want on 18.
Mr.
Okay, so you want quiz on 2010 2020. Okay, I hope for others also it is fine. So this is fixed. Fine. Tuesday. No other change. What you need to study here is you need to study chapter 1 and chapter 2. It will be in e-learning. You know, it is for how many marks? It is for 5 marks. I'll put the question in e-learning. The question type will be like multiple choice, and then or false. Okay, it may be multiple choice, true or false. You may get some 10 questions. Multiple choice, true or false, even match the following, you may get it. So how many questions will be there? It will be 10 questions for 5 marks. You need to study chapter 1 and 2. So it will be in e-learning. Similarly, you have practical test. When you want the practical test? Tell me which date you want practical test. Either you want on 25 or 27. 25 or 27? Come on dear, tell me you want on 25 or 27?
27.
Huh?
27.
27. Okay. So it will be on 27/10/2020. Again, it is on Tuesday. There is no change in. Okay. I will not change the date because only we have this date before your midterm exam. So that's it. This is finalized. And what you will have for your practical test is you will have the virtual desktop and you will have the picture identifications. You will have the picture identifications. So this may be 7 mark and this may be 3 mark, or this may be for 6 mark and this may be for 4 marks. Okay, so don't study only the picture identifications 1 and 2. Okay, the marks can be anything because this is online. You have to switch on your video. Okay, so you have to do it. It is, there will be some time limit within half an hour or 40 minutes. You have to do this practical test and you have to send me. Okay, so these are the topics which you need to study for your practical test. You know how many marks? Totally how many marks? Marks for your practical test. Okay, 10 marks for your practical test. This I will split up. Maybe this will be 5, or this may be 5 marks, or this may be 6. If it is 6, this will be 4. You understand? Depends on that. I may split up. So but totally you will have 10 marks. So this is finalized. I'll put this one in your chat also so that you can see it later. Yes, camera is compulsory to open and keep it because you are going to do the test. Okay. Fine dear. Now I'll go into the chapters. Do you have any problem with this assessment? Just go through the chapter 1 and chapter 2. Now I'll take the chapter 2. Okay, mostly study chapter 1 and I'll tell you something what you need to study in chapter 2 also. Okay, you will have some 10 questions. Okay, fine. Now I'll close this one. Come to chapter 2. I'll take the chapter 2 now. Okay, here chapter 2 is about the computer assembly, like how you do it for your virtual desktop. The same thing we are going to do it here also. We are going to study in chapter 2. Okay, look at here. So this is what you are going to, the course outcome here is you are going to gain the skills and working knowledge on how the computer works, and the course outcome is you will install the components to build, repair and upgrade personal computers. Okay, so you will know how to build, how to repair and how to upgrade your personal computers. What is meant by upgrade? Upgrade means you are moving from one component to another component when you will go for upgrade. Okay, like I want to upgrade my motherboard, my processor is slow or my RAM is slow, I want to increase my RAM or I want to increase my storage. At that time you will go for upgrade. Okay, so this is your course objective and the course outcome. Next we'll see the chapter 2. It is all about the PC assembly. PC assembly means what? You will be given the components like how we are done with the virtual desktop activity. Virtual desktop activity. So in this section we are going to study about how to assemble the computer, how to build a computer. And very important, when you are building a computer you are supposed to know about the general and fire safety standards. General and fire safety standards you are supposed to know. And then we are going to see how to connect the power supply, how to connect the internal drives, how to connect your adapter cards, how to connect your internal storage, additional storage, everything this which you have already seen it, just as a steps you are going to see it here. Okay, talking about the fire and general safety. Okay, talking about the general and fire safety. Here, what is meant by safety? Why you need the safety? Because when you are working with some computer, some hardware components, that too you are working with the power supply, voltage, everything. Okay, so you need to be safe. Even in our kitchen, we have the general fire extinguisher. In our car, we have the first aid kit. Okay, so we have so many safety measurements which we need to take it. Okay, so because you are working with the power supply on the components for the power supply for the computer. Okay, so what you need to do it here, while working in a computer you should remove your watches and you should remove your jewelry. You are not supposed to wear your gold, silver, any jewelry. If you have to remove it. Okay, so you have to remove the watches. Why? You have to remove your gold, silver and all, because gold and silver is a superconductor of power. It will attract the power more. And then whenever you are working with anything, you have to first turn off. Turn off. Don't just simply give the power and do the changes of components or what you want to remove or you want to unplug anything. Turn off the power and then you start doing it. And next thing, you have to remove the clutter from workspaces and then cover sharp edges inside the computer. Inside the computer, all the components, many things, you have the sharp edges. You have to cover the sharp edges and you have to wear the safety goggles. Okay, wear the safety goggles. Goggle is like gloves in your hand. Okay, so like specs to protect your eyes, everything you have to wear it. And then proper lifting procedure, how to lift your component. How to lift your component. In the TV also, when you buy a new TV, so they tell that how to lift your TV upside. If any glass, any material is there, they will tell you how to lift that particular component. Okay, and very important here we have the fire extinguisher availability, rating and the use. So we have different fires for different extinguisher for different fires. I have one question for you. When you have the fire with wood, can you use water to put off the fire? The fire from wood. You know wood?
Yes, Mr.
Yes. If the fire is from wood, is it possible to use water to put off the fire?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, the fire is from the cable, electric cable. Will you use water?
No.
No, you're not. You're no. You know why the difference is? Okay. Huh? Because of the fire from the cable and fire from the wood is something different. If the fire is from the cables, electrical power, you are not supposed to use your water because water is a good conductor of electricity. Water is a good conductor of electricity. So general and fire safety, you have to know this. And then now we are going to see the different components, PC assembly. The first one is what? Install the power supply. So you have done in the virtual desktop also. What you're doing? Open the computer case, align the screws on the power supply and mount on the power computer case, and then screw the power supply into the place. So this is how you are going to install the power supply. This chapter 2 already you know it, which you don't know I'll teach. Similarly, now this one, selecting the case and the fan. You know what is meant by selecting the case? Selecting means you want to assemble a PC, you want to buy some component, like I want to buy component, I want to buy case, I want to buy motherboard, I want to buy RAM, I want to buy hard disk, okay, I want to buy CD drive, I want to buy floppy drive. So many things are there. So if you want to do that one, how to choose? How to choose? What are the factors you need to consider? The first one is you need to think about the model type, whether you want horizontal or whether you want vertical or whether you want the compact. The size and shape must match. The motherboard determines the type of case you will use. For example, your motherboard is like vertical means you have to buy the vertical case. Okay, if your motherboard is horizontal, this is horizontal, and if your motherboard, if you are going to attach with these like this, you need to buy like this. Okay, so how you are determining the case? The case is determined by your motherboard, the size of your motherboard and the size, and with the power supply. The case should have the power supply, and then appearance. Sometime you have the LED on the side, you have the LED on the tops. Okay, and then status display and the ventilator. This vents means it is a place where you will have some more air to go. Ventilator, we call it as a ventilator to have more space and more air flow. Okay, to more air flow and more air space, you need this ventilator. Some cases have even more ventilators because these computer components generate more heat. If you have more window in your home, it is good or bad? Is it good to have window in home?
Yes.
Yes. Why you need window? Why you need windows?
Because
For more airflow. Airflow, right? So similarly, in the case also, you should have vents, ventilator. We call it as a ventilator. So how will you choose the case and the fan? It is depends on the model type, that is based mostly on your motherboard and the size, the power supply, appearance, status display and the ventilators. Okay, so this is how you need to choose your case and the fan. For example, if your motherboard is small, will you buy a big case or small case? Your motherboard is small, will you buy a big case or small case?
small.
Small. Same. Okay, so it should not be, for example, if your motherboard is small, you need to buy like compact or small case. If your motherboard is big, you need to buy a big case. Okay, fine. So this is how you need to choose your case on the fans. Forgot about this one. Okay, just study that previous things. And then how to select the power supply, that based on the motherboard, required voltage, number of components and the types of components and types of case. So how you choose a power supply? The power supply factor is decided by motherboard. How many power I need, whether I want to go for one hard disk or two hard disk. If there is two hard disks, I need power supply for two hard disk. If I want two CD drive, you can have more than one CD drive also. You can have more than one hard disk also. You can have more than one floppy disk also. Okay, so based on that, and how much required voltage, how much the number of components, the types of components and the types of case, based on that you will choose your power supply. If you want to have more component, then you need to have a more power supply. Okay, next one, install the CPU. You know how to install the CPU, press lock, apply thermal paste, install the heat sink and secure the heat sink. You know what is meant by heat sink? Below the CPU fan, we have the heat sink. Okay, so the heat sink is passive cooling system. Passive cooling system. Okay, fine. Next one, how to install your RAM. How to install your RAM. So how to install your RAM? You know, open the RAM slot lever. You know levers, what is meant by levers? Levers are if you have like this. Okay, at both end you have like this. This is the slot where you will fix your RAM. Where you will fix your RAM like this. Okay, you will fix the RAM like this. Open it and close it. And open it and then close it. So this is called as lever. So open the RAM slot, orient the RAM chip to the motherboard slot, lower the RAM into the slot and press firmly to lock the RAM chip. Okay. And then install your motherboard. How to install your motherboard? You know which side the IO port should be there when you are installing the motherboard. So you should make sure that all the input output USB, that power cable, power voltage cables and then your adapter cards, everything should be at the back side, should be at the back side. Okay, so align the IO plate, align the IO plate to the back of the computer case. And next one, lower motherboard into the place and install the screws into the standoffs. So these are nothing, just you may not get the questions from like this also. You will not get all install it is there, no, you may not get the questions because already you know it how to do it in the virtual desktop. Or even if you ask, it is just a step, you know it how to install the motherboard, how to install your RAM, how to install your CPU, how to install your case, how to install your cables, internal cables, bay, everything. And you may get the question based on selecting. I may ask you like this. What are the criteria to choose your case and fans, or what are the factors you will consider when you choose your case and fans? Okay, so what are the factors that you will consider when selecting a power supply? So the selecting is very important. How to select your motherboard? See, your CPU, sorry, case, power supply, or are interrelated. All are interrelated. When you choose the motherboard, you have to check with the case. When you check the case, you need to check with the motherboard. Okay, so it depends on your CPU, it depends on your RAM, it depends on your adapter cards, depends on the socket, existing heatsink, the number of type of expansions, and the new motherboard must fit into the current computer case. I told you the size of the motherboard will differ. Depends on your requirement. Depends on your requirement, it will differ from one motherboard to the another motherboard. See, we have two RAM. Here we have two RAM slot. There are some motherboard where you have only one RAM slot. Only one RAM slot. Okay, you understand? So all these are called as what? At the back side. Input output port. Input output port. Okay, dear. How to select your motherboard? The motherboard, when you replace the motherboard, make sure it supports your CPU, it supports the RAM, it supports the adapter cards, all the socket and expansion slots, and very important, it must fit into the current computer case. For example, your case is small, your case is small, but you buy a very big motherboard. Your motherboard size is like this. Will it go inside the case? Will it go inside the case? Yes or no? No. That means I should buy the case also big, and make sure that you buy the motherboard exactly the same size of what you have with the existing case. So this is how you need to choose your motherboard. So next one, no need. This slide is no need. And then select the RAM. When you will go for RAM, dear, I want to change my RAM. You know why? I hope you have done. I hope maybe most of you would have done it, because you are changing your RAM, you are changing your processor, you are upgrading your hard disk, you are changing from 500 GB to 1 TB, like that. Many would have done it. Why? You know why? Because for example, nowadays we need the computer to be very fast. Computer to be very fast. So I will be changing my, or I will go for my upgrade of my RAM. You know, my RAM size is only 4 GB. The RAM size is only 4 GB. It is okay enough, but still I feel that my system is slow when loading some applications. So I will go for what? 8 GB. So how you can go for 8 GB? I cannot directly go for 8 GB, because each slot it will support only 4 GB and another 4 GB. Understand? Because there are two slots, you have to know it. So when you want to go for upgradations, or how many of you have done the upgradations of your RAM or of your motherboard, or if you have done with your hard disk? Mostly you go with your hard disk, you go with your RAM and all, right? How many of you have done? Anyone? Because everyone is having laptop, correct? Even for laptop also you can change it. Okay, dear. See, when you are going for new RAM may be needed when the application locks up or the computer displays frequent error message. I'll go for the new RAM. To determine if the problem is the RAM, execute the RAM test in the BIOS. The speed of the new RAM must be supported by the chipset. There are different types of RAMs are there. One, for example, DDR RAM and SDR RAM, like that. We have the different types SDR, DDR RAM. So if your motherboard is supporting the DDR RAM, you need to buy only the DDR RAM. You should not buy this SD RAM. You understand what I'm telling? When you go for shop, they will tell you, they will check and they will know it. So whether you need to buy the DDR RAM or the SDR RAM. I'll show you here. It will be written on the RAM itself. It will be written, see here, we have DDR, DDR2, DDR3, DDR4, SD RAM, like that. We have so many types of RAMs are there. So you need to buy it. See here. DDR4, DDR3, because some motherboard it will support DDR1, DDR2, DDR3, so many things are there. It will be supported like that. Okay, understand how to select your RAM. And next one, install the drives. You know how to install your hard drive, you know how to install your optical drive, you know how to install your floppy disk, everything. Okay, but when selecting your hard drives, when you'll go for hard drives, okay, when you'll go for hard drives, for example, your system have only 500 GB, that is not enough. But then I will go for what? I'll go for 1 TB or 2 TB, like that. Okay, if your system does not support or you do not have enough space for your operating system, but nowadays almost we get the hard disk with the SSD for your operating system. Those who buy the new laptop, you will know that because SSD is very fast. I want to load my operating system very quickly, so I want to store it in the SSD. So we have nowadays almost new laptops comes with SSD, and then you have your normal hard disk like 256, like 512 GB OS is there. Okay, so we have this internal and external. It is hot swappable, you can remove it. It produces the heat generation, it creates the noise, and it requires the power. What are the factors? It should be hot swappable, if it generates the heat, if it has the noise and power requirements. You have to check with the power requirements. See here, this is fine. You know, when I was studying some 20 years before, in my college, I buy my new desktop, not buying directly from the shop. I buy hard disk, I buy the motherboard, I buy the RAM, I buy the case, and I assemble my PC. Still that is working. Almost 20 years over, still it is there in my home, it is working, because I know if I buy from the components and do by myself, I know my requirements. Okay, so the time when I buy my hard disk, so it is only how many GB, you know? It is only how much GB? 80 GB. In 80 GB, because at the time it is more, but now 1 TB is also not enough. Even 1 TB is also not enough. 500 GB is also not enough. You know why? Because the data size is growing. If you take one picture, it is like something around 10 MB. If you have one movie, it is something like 1 GB or 2 GB or 3 GB. But those days, that one picture quality, it is like in KB. You know KB, like 40 KB, 50 KB. The picture quality will be very less. But now everything, the quality is improved and you need more space also. Okay, understand what I'm telling?
Yes, mister.
Okay, fine. Now, how to select your optical drive? When you are selecting, what is optical drive? CD. What are the optical drive? CD,
DVD.
DVD, and Blu-ray. So this is my optical drives and optical disc which we want to do. What is meant by CD? What is meant by DVD? What is meant by Blu-ray? The comparison is given here. We have different types of CD. CD-ROM, CD read-write. Okay, similarly DVD-ROM, DVD read-write. Similarly, Blu-ray disc, read-only memory, read and and erasable. So in read-only ROM, you can perform only read. You cannot write. You cannot write CD. You cannot read DVD. All those things. Can you see this difference? This is for CD. This is for DVD, and this is for Blu-ray. I cannot read Blu-ray if you have CD player. If you have DVD, then you can read both CD and DVD, but not with Blu-ray. See here, not with Blu-ray. Blu-ray will come only when you have this Blu-ray disc. Blu-ray disc. It is little costly also, more. Understand? What is CD-ROM? What is CD-RW? What is CD? DVD-ROM? What is DVD read-write? What is BD? ROM, what is BDR and what is BDRE? RE means you can read and you can erase it, you can write again. So how will you choose your optical drive? Based on the connection type, based on reading capability, based on writing capability, and based on your optical media type. What is media type? Media type, whether I am going to use CD or whether I am going to use DVD or whether I am going to use Blu-ray. When you use only CD, no need to go for DVD and Blu-ray. You can go only with CD. When you are using only CD and DVD, you can go for DVD. It will read both CD and DVD. If you want all these three, you need to go for Blu-ray disc. Okay. How will you choose your optical drive? Based on connection type, based on reading capability, based on writing capability, and based on optical media type. Dear, in chapter 2, you study only this select. Wherever select is given, if you study that is enough. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
No need to study this install and all, because already you know it, how to install all those things. And then install the adapter cards. You know what are the different types of adapter cards are there, how to install. You need the PCI expansion slot. Without that expansion slot, it is not possible for you to install the adapter cards. Okay. So what are the different types of adapter cards are there? There are a lot of adapter cards like network interface card, wireless network interface card, we have graphics card. Okay, so many different types of cards are there. So how to put it into your motherboard? And next, selecting adapter cards. This is important. How to select the adapter cards? How to select your adapter cards? I told you the adapter cards, this is PCI and eSATA or whatever the slot expansion slots are there in your motherboard, then only you can buy it. So here already this adapter cards, what is the use of adapter cards? To provide some additional functionality, extra functionality to the computer. We have the adapter cards. For example, I want to play games, I need graphics card. If I want to watch very good movie, I need the sound card. Storage controller, IO controller, input and output devices, NIC, network interface card, and capture. Okay, all these adapter cards must fit into these expansion slots, PCI and PCE. All this one, PCI and PCE expansion slots. If we have the adapter cards, all these things you studied in chapter 1 also. All these adapter cards, it has to fit in where? In the expansion slots on the motherboard. So always you should know whether you have the expansion slot. Before buying the adapter cards, you should know that whether I have the expansion slot for graphics, whether I have the expansion slots for network interface card, like that. If you don't have this expansion slot, then you cannot buy this network interface card. But mostly all the computers, everything, you will have the default basic adapter cards and all. Whatever the adapter cards you need it, everything you will have it. Okay dear, fine. See here, see the pictures, all different types of adapter cards like capture, network interface card, IO card, storage controller card, sound card, graphics card. Always I told you, if you have the graphics card, there will be always on the fan. Make sure. So when you go for adapter cards, you should know why you want to buy it. Before purchasing an adapter card, consider the following question. What are the user's current and future needs? Whether you really want to go for adapter cards, do I really need it now or later, like that. Is there an open and compatible expansion slot available? I told you, if you don't have this storage controller expansion slot, is it useful to buy this one? Is it useful to buy that one if you don't have the expansion slot in your motherboard? Do you get my question? Is it useful to buy storage controller card or sound card if you don't have the expansion slot in your motherboard? If you don't have the expansion slot in your motherboard, will you buy the adapter card? Yes or no? Are you there? Did you get the point what I told you now? See, you want to buy some adapter card, but you don't have the expansion slot in your motherboard. Will you buy that adapter card? Dear.
No.
No, because you need the expansion slot. All sleeping. I'll wake you up now. Alia Salim,
Yes, Mr.
Wazal Nazir,
Yes, Mr.
Salma Rasid,
Yes, Mr.
Ahmad Obeid,
Yes, Mr.
Allah Kamis,
Yes, Mr.
Dina,
Yes, Mr.
Fatima,
Yes, Mr.
Gania Suleiman, Gania Suleiman. Hello, where you went, Gania? Absent. Mark absent for Gania today. Halima Abdullah,
Yes, Mr.
Kalaitam,
Yes, Mr.
Mahanad,
Yes, Mr.
Malak Obeid. Oh my God, who is yes?
Yes, Mr.
Gania, where are you? You are in home or you are somewhere in somewhere?
I am in home. I am here, Mr.
Okay, okay. Malik Salim. Malik Salim.
Yes, Mr.
Mazrin.
Yes, Mr.
Rima.
Yes, Mr.
Sajja Ali Kalfan. Okay, fine. Sajja Ali Kalfan. Sajja Ali Kalfan. All the time you go somewhere. Last time also you did same thing. Today remark absent for you. Sajjad Ali Khalfan. Where is he? I need to complain to ROP. Tasnim,
Yes, Mister.
Taif Ali,
Yes, Mister.
Wizan.
Yes, Mister.
Okay. Sajjad Ali Khalfan, one time. Sajjad Ali Khalfan, come here, come and attend the class.
Yes, Mister.
Okay. Sorry, I understand. Sajjad Ali, I'm sorry for that. Okay. Last time you sent me the message. What is the problem? Fine. Dear, don't sleep, huh? When you take the classes, just your on, don't go anywhere else. And make sure that you have one separate room when you are attending the classes. It will be better. Okay? Fine. There will not be any disturbance for you. So what are the factors you will choose when you going for adapter cards? Okay. Next one, how to install the adapter cards. So you know, like how we install the NIC cards, graphics card, wireless graphics cards, all those things we have seen that. And then selecting the media reader. What is media reader? Like SSD card, USB card, SD cards, and then you have that different types of memory card readers are there. So media reader. So how to choose that one? Okay. So choose the media reader based on the current and feature needs. And select external storage. You know external storage. What is the external storage? External storage is your flash, SSD cards. All those are external storage. How do you choose that? External, first you should know that whether you have the port type. And then what is the storage capacity? Sometime you may need 16 GB, sometime you need 64, sometime you need 256, sometime you need 512. Okay, so how much storage capacity you want? And then we have the speed also. We have the speed like 10x, 20x, 30x, like that speed. And portability, and whether that requires the power or not, power requirements. So based on that you will choose your external storage. So what are the external storage? External storage are your SSD cards and your USB flash, pen drive, thumb drive. All those are called as what? Your external storage. Okay. So best, how will you choose this? Port type, storage capability, capacity, speed, portability, and power requirements. Okay. And then connecting your internal power cables, all the internal power cables, you know how to connect your this 24 pin and then 4 pin. I told you know 24 pin, 4 pin, fan, everything. And connecting your internal data cables like SATA cable, PATA cable, how you connect all those things you have seen in your virtual activity. So just know this one. And then install the front panel cables. What is the front panel cables? What other things are there? All your power LED, your speaker, your USB port, if you want to connect it, your plug-in cables, audio, video, all those things are on the front side of your case. Front side of your case. At the back side of your case, you will have all types of ports. Different types of ports are there. That will be mostly at the back side. Like you want to connect your VGA, you want to connect your printer, you want to connect your USB, you want to connect your all the adapter cards, everything are on that back side. Okay, whereas in the front side mostly you will have LED, you will have your audio speakers, and you have some USB, and then you have all your optical drives, all those things we have in the front side. So using these pins you will connect your LED. So we have different types of LED, you know, HD LD, hard disk LED, reset, Okay, we have different types of LEDs other, and then we have the power reset buttons. Okay, what is there in your front panels? These are the different types of LEDs. One we have for power button, one we have for reset button, power LED, drive activity LED, and system speaker, and then audio. All these are different types of LEDs which you have in your front side. Sometime you have your, even in your laptop also you can see hard disk. What is the symbol for hard disk? Anyone? It will look like this. Yes or no? Yes or no? Did you see the symbol in your hard disk, in your LED display? Did you see the symbol in LED display of your laptop?
Yes.
Yes. So that means what? That is hard disk. And we have the symbol for power supply. We have the symbol for some other audio, video, whatever the things are there. Even for your Wi-Fi, you have your LED things are there. Okay. So what are the LED devices are connected? Fine. And then finally we are going to complete the computer assembly. So attach the front panel, plug the power cable into the power supply, USB cables, video cables, all those things you are going to connect. So that's all about your chapter 2. In chapter 2, what is the things which you need to study? Mostly you need to study how to select motherboard, how to select adapter cards, how to select your hard disk, how to select what are the factors you will. It is very simple here. You are going to buy something. You should know why you are buying that thing, right? Yes or no? If you want to buy RAM or if you want to select the RAM, why you need to select RAM? Why you are going to select the new RAM? Whether my old PC has the RAM slot, extra RAM slot, or I need to check whether it is compatible or not. Okay, so all these things, when you are selecting any components, you have to make sure that what you do it. Fine. Chapter 2. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Huh? Okay, good. Mostly study only the what wherever they select it is the or fine. Now I'll stop the recording now. Almost we have seen chapter 1 and chapter 2. Okay, and then we completed virtual desktop. We completed the picture identifications 1 and 2. Please, you have to send me. And one more thing, don't think that whatever the pictures are there from the identifications 1 and 2, whatever the things which I have given will come. It's not like that. It may be any picture. It may be any picture of the computer. Mostly you just go through the chapter 1. We can ask any picture from the chapter 1 also. Just this one I have given as for sample. Okay.